Okay, that's After the Love Has Gone by obviously a cover by CDB. Now let's read the information about CDB from Wikipedia as usual. Oh, they're still around. I thought they're not around anymore. So CDB are an Australian R&B dance and vocal harmony quartet formed in '91 with Andrew Da Silva, Brad Pinto, and his brother Gary Pinto, as well as Danny Williams. CDB is an acronym which stands for Central Dandenong Boys, obviously referring to the Dandenong area in Melbourne, Victoria. Their highest charting single was the cover version of Earth, Wind and Fire's Let's Groove. Indeed, they're actually quite well known in covering groovy, funky songs like After the Love Has Gone, actually. Well, Let's Groove peaked at number 2 on the ARIA singles chart and number 1 on the New Zealand singles chart. Hey Girl, This Is Our Time also reached number 1 in New Zealand. Their debut studio album, Glide With Me, was released in November '95. The group disbanded in '99, but how come it still says CDBR? Okay, wait. Musicologist Ian McFarlane said their sound combine elements of R&B, soul, and New Jack Swing tied to dexterous vocal harmonies and arrangements. Whatever it is, I don't quite understand, but they sound amazing. Anyway, so CDB was formed in Melbourne, '91, as a vocal harmony quartet, again by those four, and they started performing local gigs around Melbourne for 3 years, including providing backing vocals for Peter Andre. When Peter Andre supported Madonna on her Australian The Girly Show World Tour. CDB signed a contract with Sony in '94, and their first single, Hook Me Up, was released in October '94, peaked at number 11 at Australian ARIA charts. And then the Hey Girl was released in March '95, and followed by a cover version of Earth, Wind and Fire's Let's Groove, which peaked at number 2 in Australia. CDB then released their debut studio album Glide With Me in November '95, and then yada yada yada. Let's move on. They promoted their album across Asia. Yeah, they were quite well known around Indonesia, Thailand, Malaysia, Singapore, even Hong Kong. I'm not sure because at that time I didn't live in this area. I was still in Indonesia when they actually began. In 91, 95. I was still in Indonesia. Okay. And then, in '97, Jude Nicholas joined the group, replacing Andrew Da Silva, who needed to receive cancer treatment. Good Times was released in August '97. So the first song that I played for you guys tonight, from CDB, it was released in August '97 and peaked at number 28 in Australia. CDB's second studio album, Lifted, which is this one, was released in '97. I'm showing you the album. That's the second album, released in '97. The album had a more pop-oriented sound and reached the ARIA Top 50. It provided 3 more singles back then, Let It Whip and So Bad. CDB then collaborated with Tommy Emmanuel and Renee Gaia, and then they disbanded in 1999. Then in 2006, CDB were asked to reunite to play some charity shows, after which they reportedly reformed. The band went on to record songs for Maya Shopping Centre in 2006. And then what else are they doing now? In November 2020, the group, it says, will release, I don't know if they did release, their first Christmas album titled Christmas Is Here. Okay. Apart from the band, according to Wikipedia, they've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 albums. Okay, they've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 singles, and they won 1 ARIA Music Awards, ARIA Award for Highest Selling Single for Let's Groove in 1996. And so apart from the band, they have solo work. Gary Pinto is probably the most famous one because he's worked on a couple of things across Australia, and particularly well known for being a vocal coach on several series of the Australian Idol and the X Factor. And he's worked extensively with Guy Sebastian. And then, okay, what else? Okay, so, and then another one is Brad Pinto, who was nominated as a writer for Song of the Year at the 2012 Australian ARIA Awards for the 4 times platinum hit Boys Like You. And the next one is Andrew Da Silva, reached the top 40 with his solo single Just Like Good Music. And in 2005, no, that was in 2005, but no album release from him. In 2012, Andrew Da Silva competed in the 6th series of the Australia's Got Talent, and his audition was seen on Australian TV on the 28th April 2012, where he received an enthusiastic yes from all 3 judges. He went all the way to win the grand finale on 25th of July 2012. Yep, so that's all about CDB. I don't think they have released anything recently, apart from that Christmas is Here CDB mixtape in 2020. If they did release, I don't know. But yeah, so far, nothing more. Okay, moving on with Random. Well, at least CDB is still around. I mean, Wikipedia says they are, not they were. Whereas for Random, this group, okay, Random, I'm showing their CD, their self-titled debut album, Random. They were, okay, Wikipedia says they were a 5-member Australian R&B vocal group formed in 2005. So they're not around anymore. I mean, the group's not around anymore, okay? They disbanded. The members were Silo Kane Latu, Wayne Tafau, Tasesa Jr. Tafau, Donald Tafau, and Andy Lessie. Andy Lessie Tolo Pepe. Okay. So they're the Pacific Islanders. Yeah, that's why. It's hard for me to pronounce their name, but I always love their culture, and they're really good musicians. They sing, they play music, you know, it's just part of the culture. I know that because I've got Eastern Indonesian blood running in my vein as well, and Eastern Indonesians are pretty much like the Pacific Islanders as well. Okay, Random were the winners of the first season of the X Factor Australia. They were also the first group to win the franchise, worldwide even. In October that year, they issued their debut self-titled album, which peaked in the ARIA Albums Chart Top 100. Their first single, Put Your Hands Up, peaked at number 7. And then the second single, Are You Ready, reached number 36. They disbanded in 2007, but briefly reunited in 2009 for a one-off performance. These 2 singles of their like fast songs. So I'm not playing any of these 2 songs tonight because with Random, I actually do love their slow songs. So I've been playing the slow songs tonight. Okay. Let's see what other information I could give you. I think that's all. So yeah, they've only got 2 singles, and they've only got this album, and they disbanded. So I don't know why it did work out for them, because obviously you've heard the music, and they're actually quite good. So why don't we just go directly to their next song now. One of my favorite songs from Random. This is 24 Roses. Still at Kumbang Channel Kumbang, kumpul bareng yo.